For decades, the weight loss industry has misled you. Many believe fat magically burns away, or that fat transforms into muscle. This is a severe, fundamental physiological misunderstanding. The truth is astonishing. You are actually breathing out your own fat. A truly extraordinary concept. When your 30-minute walk begins, a fierce chemical reaction activates deep under your skin. This reaction tears apart stubborn, triglyceride fat molecules, initiating the breakdown process, the primary system for processing and releasing energy reserves in your body. Isn't your sweat glands? It is in fact your lungs, working continuously with every single breath. For every 10 kilograms of stored energy, 8.4 kilograms escapes as invisible carbon dioxide. This occurs through each rhythmic breath, a process often misunderstood by many. This video will precisely expose that mysterious phenomenon in astonishing real time. It will immerse you deep into the violent, yet magnificent micro-world of the human body. Imagine each fat cell, scientifically termed an adipocyte, not as a passive inert blob. They are in fact sophisticated biological bunkers, strictly protected beneath tissue layers. The key to breaching these bunkers isn't exhaustive, frantic running until complete exhaustion. It lies in a rhythmic, continuous biological pace. A simple, steady 30-minute walk. Here's a second truth that once puzzled researchers. You never truly destroy a fat cell. When you successfully lose weight, these cells don't die or vanish completely. Instead, they simply deflate and shrink down, much like balloons losing air. That dense amber liquid is pure stored energy, a liquid battery desperate for release. As your heel regularly touches the ground, your body receives an urgent signal. This compels it to unlock the bunkers, releasing a concentrated energy stream into the bloodstream. Minutes 1 to 5, the awakening of primal fire. Your body is still groggy. Energy is instantly tapped from a micro, super-fast reserve ATP molecules. This is a pure, but extremely brief energy burst, like a spark from flint. Once ATP is depleted within seconds, the body shifts to consuming glycogen. Glycogen, a concentrated carbohydrate reserve, is stored in muscle tissues and the liver. Minutes 5 to 15, the death call from the command center. Your heart rate quickens. Blood is pumped more forcefully, permeating even the most distant capillaries. The central nervous system then realizes glycogen, this fast-burning fuel, is dangerously depleting. Immediately, adrenal glands receive an emergency alert, releasing powerful hormones, adrenaline and noradrenaline. Powerful hormones drift through circulation to fat tissues. They don't cause destruction. Instead, they act as sophisticated universal master keys. Minutes 15 to 30, the grand molecular surgery. The true magic of walking now explodes. This perfect hormone connection at the cell membrane awakens a ruthless enzyme. This enzyme is hormone-sensitive lipase HSL. Imagine it as microscopic silver scissors. They begin mercilessly tearing apart the triglyceride molecule, that huge static fat blob. It breaks down into much smaller structural pieces, glycerol and free fatty acids. However, these free fatty acids, these sharp, energy-laden neon fragments, cannot swim freely. They require a sophisticated transport vessel, and then albumin protein appears. Albumin immediately latches onto the fatty acid fragments, pulling them along the bloodstream. Their ultimate destination: muscle cells, which are screaming for urgent energy. As fatty acids enter the muscle fibers, they are magnetically pulled into mitochondria. These mitochondria are famously dubbed the nuclear reactors of the cell. At this fiery cauldron, through a brutal cycle called beta oxidation, fatty acids are utterly crushed. Oxygen from your deep, rhythmic breaths rushes into this battleground. They collide and tightly combine with carbon roots from the fat molecules, the ultimate result of this powerful explosion. Pure energy from muscle contraction. This energy pushes your body forward, sustaining your continuous movement. But the remaining remnants are water, H2O, and carbon dioxide, CO2. The excess water dissolves into the blood, seeking an exit through your sweat glands. Meanwhile, the heavy CO2 is carried back by the blood to your waiting lungs with every breath you exhale. During the final moments of your 30-minute walk, you are directly releasing the processed components of your energy stores into the air. Why is this complex, perfect biochemical machine activated by simple walking? The answer is deeply embedded within the ancient genetic codes of our species. Millions of years ago, our primate ancestors lacked air-conditioned gyms or iron weights. They were the planet's most patient nomadic hunters, constantly on the move. Humanity's survival utterly depended on their relentless ability to walk. Endlessly, they traversed immense deserts, tracking prey under the scorching primal sun. The human body was forced to evolve into the ultimate fat-burning machine. This happened specifically at low and medium intensity levels of activity. By storing energy as dense fat, our ancestors carried tens of thousands of calories. This allowed them to traverse without being hindered or mechanically slowed. Your 30-minute daily walk awakens precisely these dormant, ancient hunter genes. It optimizes metabolic flexibility, teaching your body to cease depending on instant sugar. It unlocks your body's deep, long-hidden fat storage. Walking is not trivial. Walking is a sacred reconnection to the most glorious physiological self of our species. However, this perfect biological machine doesn't always operate smoothly. For everyone, fat adaptation absolutely requires a relatively stable internal health foundation. Individuals with uncontrolled type 1 diabetes should not self-impose prolonged exercise. Also, those with acute heart failure must not exercise without strict medical supervision when the insulin hormone system is severely damaged and loses function. The rampant, indiscriminate release of fatty acids into the bloodstream can be life-threatening. This can lead to a phenomenon known as dangerous, life-threatening ketoacidosis. For individuals with severe, congenital or acquired cardiovascular disease, a sudden increase in circulatory oxygen demand can create dangerous, overwhelming pressure. To safely and maximally activate your fever reactor, buy Electro's Step 1 drink exactly 300 milliliters of pure, filtered water before you begin your walk. Hydration plays a mandatory role as the solvent for the vital process of lipolysis. Step 2. Always maintain your walking speed in the zone to heart rate range. This is where you can speak in full coherent sentences, yet your breathing is deeper. Step 3. Repeat this precise procedure continuously, without fail, every single day. The key to unlocking fat cell bunkers needs a consistent rhythm, not brutal bursts. Remember, this content is for educational purposes only. It is not professional medical advice. Always consult your doctor before making any changes to your health regimen.